In this video, we will look at the scapegoat child, why a narcissist needs one, how the parent may scapegoat the child, what the effects are of being a scapegoat child, as well as what you can do to heal if you were a scapegoat child. What is a family scapegoat child? A family scapegoat child is a child who gets blamed or shamed for the issues in the family, anything that goes wrong, as well as the unwanted emotions of the parents or the other siblings are blamed on the scapegoat child. The child may be blamed for causing problems even when there is no possibility of them doing it, and may even be punished for their supposed role in the situation. Why do narcissistic parents need a scapegoat child? Narcissists are extremely insecure, but also very entitled. This makes them constantly need validation that they are still liked and perfect. Their entitlement makes them believe they deserve things they do not. They also have a fragile ego and cannot accept that they are flawed and make mistakes. Narcissists do not know how to correctly deal with negative emotions and feeling states such as anger, hatred, disgust, and shame. Thus, they need to get rid of these emotions and feelings. A victim narcissist needs someone to blame for their life, even if the current situation of a narcissistic parent is due to choices they made years before the child was born. A malignant narcissist who is sadistic and gets enjoyment from other people's pain needs a victim. And what better victim than one who cannot escape you and needs you for their own survival? A scapegoat serves as a dumping ground for all the narcissist's unwanted emotions and feelings. The narcissist projects everything they hate about themselves and the unwanted emotions and feelings onto the child. This then becomes a problem of a child, while the narcissist feels good about themselves without needing to address anything about themselves. The scapegoat is also blamed for any negative consequences of any actions or decisions the narcissist took. This allows the narcissist to escape accountability for their actions and never need to change their behaviors or address their flaws. They will, however, project everything good they like about themselves onto the golden child and treat the golden child how the narcissist wants to be treated, as the golden child is seen as an extension of a narcissist. How does a narcissistic parent scapegoat a child? The parent will chronically abuse the child through criticizing, devaluing, humiliating, shaming, hurting, degrading, and ridiculing the child at every opportunity. The scapegoat child will be blamed for all the problems in the household and often will be made to feel ashamed and guilty for even existing. They could be blamed for financial problems in the family and shamed for wanting anything, sometimes even necessities such as food, clothing, personal care items, and a warm place to sleep, or for the reasons why the parents fight. They can also be blamed for problems with other siblings, such as a sibling doing poorly in an exam can be blamed on the scapegoat for in some way upsetting the sibling so they could not study or concentrate in the exam. The scapegoat will often be severely emotionally neglected even if they receive material goods. Thus, the child will be starved for love and attention. The child's emotional needs, feelings, and individuality will be ignored or invalidated. To the narcissist, the child's ideas and contributions are often ignored or downplayed, no matter how good they are. The child is taught to expect nothing, as they deserve nothing, and may even be made to believe they deserve punishment because they are dirty and an evil child. The parent may refuse that the child washes themselves or wear clean or new clothing to break the child down and make them feel like they are a dirty and evil child. When the child asks for anything, even if it is needed such as money for school, clothes, or even a doctor's visit, they may be told they are being entitled, are overreacting, things are not that bad, that they don't need the items or to see the doctor, or that they are just playing the victim and wants attention. What are the effects of being scapegoated? Being a scapegoat is extremely destructive to a child. These scars will stay with them well into adulthood and even possibly for the rest of their life. A scapegoat child loses a narcissistic parent and possibly both parents if the other parent is also a narcissist or an enabler. When nature imprinted the child with a natural sense to expect safety and trust, the child now experiences an adversary. Their life will often be hell as they have nowhere to run or find any help and essentially grows up without the parent. Often they either become withdrawn, depressed, have weak boundaries and are very agreeable, or they become headstrong, defiant, have strong boundaries, and are disagreeable. However, without guidance, they may think the world is against them and act defensively with everyone they meet. The main issues they may struggle with are toxic shame for just being alive, difficulty trusting others, struggling to deal with their emotions, relationship problems as they struggle to communicate their feelings and needs, choosing toxic partners as it feels safe and normal to them as a family environment, low self-esteem, struggling to be happy, fear of ruin, or self-defense narcissistic habits. Often the child will be confused when they see the adult being charming to others, while the adult behaves cruel and horrible towards them. The child may come to believe that there is something wrong with them, and can foster a deep belief that they are not good enough, not lovable, unworthy, useless, and a burden on all those around them. They may develop self-sabotaging beliefs that are based on their low self-worth. They may also have low confidence as they held themselves back as a child from doing and saying things, lest they get invalidated or blamed for seeking attention. Their emotional growth as well as their ability to deal with feelings and emotions may be lacking, and they may have taken on narcissistic traits to protect themselves. This can create a conflict in them where they want to love others and seek love, but lash out towards others and treat others narcissistically in a defensive way when people get too close. They can harbor deep mistrust in others and may struggle to make friends. As they don't easily let people in close due to fearing to open up emotionally, they may have no or few trusted close friends. This can cause them to live a lonely life and withhold themselves from social settings. The child may hate themselves, their body, their voice, and even their good qualities. They may struggle with a fear of success or a fear of failure. However, often they struggle with a fear of ruin. They are not afraid to fail, nor afraid to succeed. They are afraid that the moment things get better, that it will be taken from them. Thus, they may constantly live in fear that they are only one mistake away from total ruin and losing everything they have. They may thus not fully immerse themselves into something even if they start to see success, as they fear it will soon be gone. Or they may not fully enjoy what they have, for they may feel ashamed or guilt for having success, and feeling happy may be unnatural to them. It is as if there's always someone looking over their shoulder and waiting for just the moment they are their happiest to then come and ruin everything. The child may also believe that they have no skills or talent and that they cannot better themselves. Thus, they often do not try to learn new things or go in a direction they want to. Or they may have strong opposite opinions that they can become whatever they want. However, they often struggle with knowing what they want to do in life, as they don't really know what makes them happy. The child may develop a fear of disagreeing with others or voicing concerns or their own opinions. They may fear that doing so will cause them to be punished or disliked. Thus, they may go along with others even if they do not want to. This can set them up to be exploited and abused by others, as the person essentially becomes a yes person. They are too afraid to stand up for their own rights and often don't believe they have any rights, or that their needs and wants are not valid or important. On the flip side, they may act selfishly when they get an opportunity to get something for themselves or gain power, as they learn to have to fight for everything they want and not to care about others. Thus, even though they have empathy, compassion, and love people, they may act narcissistically. However, unlike a narcissist, when their bad behavior is pointed out to them, they more often than not feel guilt and correct their behavior, where a narcissist does not. Golden child to scapegoat. A golden child can be denounced to a scapegoat child or a neglected child as they grow up and start to push back against the narcissist's demands, or when they disappoint the narcissist in some way, such as following a path the narcissist does not want them to follow. As the child grows up and becomes a teen, the parent may no longer see themselves in the child, but now sees the teen as competition and denounces the golden child. If a family has another child, and this child is more to the liking of a narcissist, the golden child will often be denounced and the new sibling will be placed on a pedestal and become the golden child. Even if the previous golden child is not discarded or demoted to a scapegoat or neglected child, they will find they no longer enjoy the attention of a narcissist. Losing this attention can be confusing and shocking to a child, especially if they go from golden child to a scapegoat child. Healing the effects of being scapegoated. As the effects are deep and have profound impacts on your life and choices, it is often needed that one seek professional help to fully heal the wounds. It also will take time and effort to heal, but it is well worth it. In essence, the adult scapegoat child needs to be reparented and shown what true love is, their value and place in the world, their worth, as well as acceptable boundaries and expectations. The adult child would need to grieve the loss of the parent they dreamed of having as a child, for even in adulthood they will not be able to please the parent, and the parent's toxicity towards them may get worse as they become older and the parent sees them more as a threat, adversary, and a reminder of the youth the parent lost. Thus, the adult child may even lose the parent they knew as a child, who may have given them little bits of attention here and there. The adult child will need to work on their confidence. Often this can be done by starting small and doing things that challenge them, that are risk-free if they do not succeed. Maybe building a puzzle, creating scale models, or origami. They can then scale things up and push themselves more and more. Confidence comes after you did something, when you prove to yourself you can do it, or when you have done enough things that you believe that you will figure things out one way or another. To find direction in life, the adult child can look at things that make them happy and start to do more of those. We often grow a passion for something once we are good at it, and we become good at something when we do it a lot. Thus, taking something that looks interesting and going with it until one becomes proficient in it can cause one to develop a passion for it. One can also look at prominent figures and use them as role models of what to do in life. This is very helpful when you cannot afford a therapist. Use their actions and thought processes as guidance for what to do. These people can then serve as replacement parents for the adult child. Watching interviews of people you aspire to be, as well as modeling some of their behaviors, can give you the guidance you need. Fictional characters, such as those in movies, can also serve as guidance and help reparent the scapegoat child. Communication with a spouse and trusted friends is also important. The scapegoat child must learn to trust and open up their emotions and become vulnerable by sharing their fears and pain. By also learning about their spouse and friends, they can form deeper connections, as well as learn what their spouse and friends expect and need of them. Thank you for watching. If you found this video informative, please like and share it so that more people can benefit from it. If not subscribed, please subscribe now by clicking the seductive red button. As reward for subscribing, you will get more informative videos about narcissistic abuse. Please leave a comment, as it helps to expand the information covered in the video, which may be of benefit to others. Also check out my books on narcissism by following the links in the description. Thank you.